What's up, everybody? It's your boy JV, aka Spoken, and I got my dog on the line.
What up? What up? What up? What up? This B Ham.
Be ham. I'm gonna ask for you to speak up clearly and louder because obviously, you've been very loud about our quarterback. Well, I would say my quarterback, Jameis Winston. Um, hey man, I just want to let y'all know, man. Jameis had an up and down year. It's my turn to talk, sir. It's my turn to talk, sir. If y'all didn't know, Jameis Winston had an up and down year, and also too, man, y'all probably used to us talking on the phone, doing the podcast. So now this is on the official podcast app. It's on the YouTube channel. It's on iTunes. It's on SoundCloud. It's everywhere. So now we about to start taking the sports version everywhere. So while y'all running, doing workouts and everything, we gonna get it in. Now, if you don't know, for the people that's not watching the video, you can listen to the audio in the video. Brandon got on a cheap behind Mike Allstott jersey, and it got the holes in it. It got the holes in it. It ain't a real jersey. Brandon has been hating on Jameis Winston the whole entire year. Also, too, Brandon he fails to put the secondary over Jameis as far as the failure of the year. Another thing that's wrong with Brandon is he got on a Mike Allstott jersey when he said that when we go live, he was gonna wear a Jameis Winston jersey. That's strike number 4. And strike number 5 is that you predicted that we were gonna be 7-9 this year, which was absolutely dog SHYT. As far as what you predicted, because you putting that out there into the atmosphere, it messed up everything for everybody. And I would like to say, as a Buck fan, I appreciate you, I respect you, but you've been getting on my nerves this year when it comes to my quarterback, dead ass.
Well, your quarterback hasn't done anything for people to not get on the nerves. So you want to talk about Jameis Winston? We all know he's good. I mean, he's becoming an elite club now.
He's good, right?
Yeah, but being good don't mean your production backs it up when you are throwing and going in the history book for being the only quarterback to throw over 30 touchdowns and 30 interceptions in the same season. That's not something to be prideful of. A kicker missing 3 field goals, which if you take those 3 field goals, the Bucs wouldn't even had to go to overtime yesterday against the lowly Falcons. You take away a good game by Shaq Barrett, breaking Warren Sapp's sack record yesterday. You take, another scoop and score from your rookie linebacker in Devin White. And then you get to overtime, and your quarterback comes on
Our kicker missed 3 field goals, and we shouldn't have been in that position. We shouldn't have been in that position now if it wasn't for the kicker.
I'm in overtime now. So we get to overtime, and your quarterback too. Are you a Bucs fan? My quarterback probably for a couple more weeks. But anyways.
Oh.
Jameis comes in, and this was the perfect time for him to shut the naysayers down, to shut all the skeptics down, to shut all the critics up, to come out and lead the Bucs on a game-scoring drive in OT. Instead, what does he do? The first play of overtime, he throws a pick 6. Just like the first play last game, the game before that, interception. And that has been the story of his career. It's been interceptions. And so...
interceptions and fumbles.
But when you look at games like yesterday, I was prepared to come. You're right, I had my Jameis shirt. I was like, you know what? I'm going to come support our quarterback at least for another season. But when you look at games like yesterday, he goes and drills passes to Brashard Perriman. He throws and goes a one-leg hop, throws it in the end zone for Brashard Perriman to catch it in the back of the end zone. So he shows this promise, but then the turnovers negates everything he does because, the kicker missed 3 field goals. But that pick 6 took the Bucs from being an 8-8 team to a 7-9 team. And it's like, how much more of this are we going to take? And so I'm going to let you talk, but let me go to the coach today, right? Bucks had a press conference, end of the year press conference, and Bruce Arians literally comes out and says, and this was reported by the Tampa Bay Times.
He said, "I got Jameis Winston back."
No, this question was asked was, can the Bucks win with a different quarterback other than Jameis Winston? Bruce Arians said,
"Yes, that's true."
No. Bruce Arians says, win with another quarterback? Oh, yeah, if we can win with this one, we can definitely win with another one.
Ooh. He said that?
Yes.
I mean, of course. Bro, anybody can win, bro.
Yesterday, Bruce Arians went also further asked about Jameis Winston. He said there was so much good and so much outright terrible about Jameis's play. So when you've had a coach, because if you remember, Bruce Arians earlier in the season was all James, like, oh, those interceptions weren't his fault. Oh, y'all need to stop being on him. He's doing what I always ask him to do week in and week out. Now into the season, when Bruce Arians probably understands the fire is also under him, because Bruce Arians is at least coming back next year. But if the Bucks don't make the playoffs next season, you got to start thinking, okay, what is about these changes about to happen? So I think Bruce Arians is starting to realize that he cannot take more of Jameis Winston as a Jameis Winston of this year. So he also said that the
right. That's true.
So he also said in the press conference that the Bucks are going to bring in a real backup quarterback, and that the reason why Jameis wasn't benched was because the backup quarterback was hurt. So we hear all this stuff at the end of the season, and you got to think of as a psyche standpoint from Jameis. If you watch Jameis's press conference yesterday, he was all about himself, and you can tell that he's trying to plant a seed so that if another team is looking, he has the confidence level there. But when you go look at the numbers, I mean, the numbers will tell you that Jameis is a turnover-prone quarterback. But yesterday, Jameis was trying to spin it as, he was saying, oh, look at my stats. I'm the best there is if I get rid of the turnovers. Then the question was asked, Jameis, why haven't you gotten rid of these turnovers? And he kept saying, I don't know. And so my thing is, if you're in the fifth, now this is the end of his fifth year in the NFL. If you don't know why these turnovers are happening 5 years into the league, dog, I don't know what to tell you what's going to change in your sixth year. So that is my thing with Jameis, is that as much talent as he has, the turnovers has killed this team this year. And you can't keep having that happen. That locker room is getting tore up when you have your quarterback constantly losing games for you.
You mean the quarterback or the secondary?
The secondary has come around.
Oh my God! And Jameis don't.
If you look at the game yesterday,
Jameis don't come around.
The defense, the turnovers, them 30 interceptions.
Bro.
He had a record 7 pick sixes to end. 7 pick sixes. 7 pick sixes.
Who got a record?
So you got to think of the locker room when you evaluate moving forward. If the defense played, you brought up the secondary. The defense has come around. The secondary held Atlanta down. The secondary, the O-line, the D-line, sacks. D-line was getting sacks. Ronald Jones rushed over 100 yards.
We didn't have our two main receivers. No, it's not inexcusable because he was still making things happen.
Pick six was directly into the Atlanta Falcons defender. That is, I'm sorry.
He didn't have our kicker missed 3 field goals.
And that isn't. So your kicker missed it. So you're saying a kicker missing field goals is the reason why he threw it in?
Our kicker at least lost us 2 games this year.
Right, and Jameis lost by 5. So
no, Jameis lost by 3.
Jameis lost the San Francisco game. Jameis lost the Carolina game. Jameis lost the Tennessee game. We can keep going. So if we want to talk about the kicker losing those games, we can talk about the games Jameis has lost.
And how many games have the secondary lost? Bruh, answer the question. Bruh. Answer the question.
Hey, I mean, that is true. The secondary gave up points.
All right. This is what I want you to do.
Around, when you talk about Jameis had 7 pick sixes this season. That's 42 points.
Well, actually not 42. Actually not 42. We're timing it by 6. He's not accounted for the extra points.
I mean, 7 times 6 is 42.
Oh, damn, you're right. I'm slow.
I ain't adding this.
No, not 7. 6 points. You said 6. Wait, how many games?
7 pick sixes.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah. So, as much as good we talk about Jameis, the turnovers are going to be the reason why. So as much as we talk about, Jameis and his interceptions, you got to look at the locker room. You got to compare those 7 pick sixes. And moving forward, Jameis is going to come back either as the starting quarterback. He's going to come back as a starter with a lot of pressure on him as a tag, or he won't be here. Or he comes back and the Bucs go out and bring somebody in. I personally don't think the turnovers are going to stop. I don't think anybody can have a season like he had this year. So I think we know the turnovers should go down, but I still think Jameis has more than 20 interceptions. Like he's just going back to his Florida State days. He threw interceptions. So turning the ball over is in his DNA. So I don't think we can say he is going to stop throwing interceptions. That's just who he is.
Yeah, that's true. That's exactly true. Because when I talked to my other homeboy, T-Rip, when I went fishing the other day, I asked him about James, and he kind of agreed with me, but he also said him throwing interceptions, who he gonna be. You got to accept the fact that let me ask you something, man. Because I'm honestly seeing comments now, and I'm screenshotting to you throughout the week, bro. Be real, man. Take away the Super Bowl from old boy. He's literally the new Brett Favre. He's the new Brett Favre, bro.
No,
yes, he is.
It's just a lot of stuff about Jameis is stupid as Lord. Almost my language almost went up, but it's as stupid as put whatever word you want to put in there. Like today, I was reading that Bruce Arians like, oh, Jameis is nearsighted. We know that he squints all the time. I'm nearsighted, but I wear contacts. So if Jameis knows he's nearsighted, why is he not wearing contacts? Why hasn't he got LASIK?
Oh! I got something for you. Do you know that Brett Favre threw 29 interceptions and 20 interceptions? Wait, 29 interceptions and 20 touchdowns back in 2005. And I don't give a damn how old he was. I don't care. You feel me? Because there were other seasons. Brett Favre on his 3rd year, he threw 24 interceptions. Jameis never did that. On Brett Favre, 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 5, 6, 7, 8. On his 9th year, he threw 23 again. On his 8th year, he threw 23. On his 9th year, he threw 23 again. He was 22 and 23. Wait, hold on real quick. And then, hold on. 20, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then on his 15th year, he threw 20 for 29. So come on, bro. Let's be real now. If you really want to go there, at least Jameis didn't have a year where the interception beat his touchdown ratio. Now I get it. I get it. Brett Favre never threw 30. He never threw 30, but he threw 29, bro.
We're talking about Jameis Winston and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers now that the season is over. That pick six yesterday was the bow on the gift for the Bucs. Like it summarizes his career. Like
no, it don't. It does not summarize his career. No, it does not.
It's Jameis's career and turnovers.
No, it don't. It don't summarize it. He got one more year.
No, I think no. I mean, I do think Jameis comes back because I don't think the Bucs have another option. Unless a Bridgewater gets moved, unless someone else gets moved. Listening to the broadcast post-game coverage on 620 with Michael Clayton.
Michael Clayton, he the last person to ever be an analyst for us.
You have to think of the locker room. So you have to think of this locker room after all these games. These players hear the noise. These players hear. Jameis knows that his interceptions are unacceptable. So, and these players hear it too. And all these games that you keep losing because of your quarterback, you have to start thinking like, and then it goes back to the fan base. As a team, your goal is to sell tickets. Raymond James Stadium has not been full this season. You bringing back a quarterback that most of your fan base is split on, some people want him there, some people don't. And yesterday's game, again, that pick six did not help. So as the Glazers, you want to sell tickets. If you come back and tell the fan base Jameis Winston is your starting quarterback, there are a lot of fans who are not going to come back as season ticket holders next season. And rightfully so. Those season tickets are between $6,000, $7,000, $1,000 grand, $2,000, $3,000 plus dollars. So fans have a right to do with whatever money that they make. And so for me, it's like, if you bring back Jameis, you have to bring him back with a proven name as a backup. So when he starts, soon as he starts, like how the Titans did. And the Tennessee Titans are in the playoffs.
Whoa.
The Titans bench Marcus Mariota and let Ryan Tannehill start. Ryan Tannehill has taken now the Tennessee Titans to the playoffs. The Titans are in wild card playing the New England Patriots next week. And so the Titans' history was the same as the Bucs. They were needing a quarterback. They drafted Mariota number 2.
He's not Jameis Winston. He's not Jameis Winston.
And now the Tennessee Titans, because they made a quarterback move, are in the playoffs. The Buccaneers are now going to another decade. We ain't seen the playoffs this entire decade. And we're going into another decade without having seen the playoffs. So my thing is, as much as you like Jameis, as much as you want, Jameis, he's our future. I like Jameis too, but I'm also...
You don't like Jameis, bro. Be real. You don't like Jameis. You don't like Jameis.
So JB, tell me, if you were running an organization and you, let's say like you were running a restaurant, and as a restaurant, your goal is to be named top restaurant in Bradenton.
Okay, cool. I like that.
If you ain't won an award in 10 years, do you still expect customers to keep coming back and being patrons and servicing your restaurant? If you haven't won accolades, or if you haven't shown that your food is worth value, do you expect people to still keep coming back to your restaurant?
Yeah, because it's not about awards. It's all about how you feel.
No, because as a customer, I'm going to your restaurant for the food, and if your food quality is not there for 10 years, you expect people to keep coming.
But you ain't gotta there's a lot of people out here that's A1 with their food and they don't get awards for it. So if you letting awards speak for someone's success.
But the quality is there, correct? Because ultimately we eat because it tastes good, right?
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, so if your food ain't tasting good at your restaurant for 10 years, the Bucs haven't been a good franchise for 10 plus years. You can't expect fans to keep coming back. And so that's what my thing is like you have, as much as we want Jameis, the clock is ticking on the Glazers.
He got 1 year. He got 1 year. He got 1 year to do his thing. And honestly, Jameis is the reason why a lot of people asses are in the seats right now, as far as hot seats. But he's not the sole reason. But he is the reason why a lot of people are about to be in the hot seat, as far as like admin department. Admin. Not players.
his record is not good. And so now that we're in the offseason, kind of encompassing the whole thing, I think the Bucs, they need O-line help. Now, so moving forward, I think, the Bucs need to address O-line help. The Bucs, Mike Evans coming back, Godwin's coming back. So you have your wide receiver group. We know there's nothing wrong with that. I like Ronald Jones, but I do think if there's a name out there that we should have went for last year, but we didn't. We let them escape to the Jets, and we like Le'Veon Bell or somebody. I think you go after them.
No, Le'Veon Bell not coming. I say, even though this sound crazy, I say let's get Adrian Peterson.
You mean
Adrian Peterson? Yes, the former Minnesota Vikings, the Redskin, and he still does good, but he doesn't get fed a lot. He doesn't get fed a lot because of his age. I get you're saying youth, and I get it. But also too, I feel like we're not going to be a successful team unless we get some type of veteran, besides Sue. What his name? Donovan Sue, or whatever his name is. Besides him, and I don't really know no others, but we need like 3 or 4 more veteran players that kind of respected around the league to be on that squad. At least 3. And I think as far as the running back quality, I think that we could do well with Adrian Peterson for 1 year. I feel like Adrian Peterson still has some stuff left in his tank. It's not a lot, but I feel like he will make a bigger difference than the guys that we already have. I think he would, bro. I think Adrian Peterson right now is better than the running back that we have right now at their age. I still believe that Adrian Peterson is just not getting fed a lot. That's it. Everybody knows that he's still a good running back.
I like Ronald Jones. I don't think he gets the ball. No, I don't like Bruce Arians' philosophy of Ronald Jones 2 drives. Peyton Barber comes in 10 drives. Ronald Jones comes back 2 drives.
I like Ronald Jones. I don't really rock with Barber like that, but I like Ronald Jones. I like him.
So I mean, on the offensive side, I think we would be okay if we got an offensive lineman to plug in.
Of course, and then Jameis will start throwing all them interceptions.
Nah, bro, because he had an O-line.
Oh, no. He never had a full offensive line. Jameis been running.
And he had Dalvin Cook back in the running field.
Jameis been running for his life since he started professional football.
Yeah, say professional, because I'm about to say he threw interceptions at Florida State and had a line and had Dalvin Cook in the backfield. So Jameis again has been prone to those interceptions regardless. Anyways, on the defensive side, I think it's important to keep that front 7. You got Sue, and you now got Shaq Barrett. Shaq Barrett came on a 1-year contract. Now he's set a record. I know Bruce Arians says he wants him back. So I don't know if Ndamukong Suh is going to retire. I know he throws some hints out on Instagram that I saw. I think it's important to keep that cohesive unit together. I think Devin White is only going to get better. I think Levante David is an all-star back there.
Bro, Tampa Bay still finished
in first
place in run defense.
Yeah.
Wow. Are you fucking serious, bro?
The secondary. The only 2 highlights I can say, Sean Bunting Murphy has come around. He played good. And I think Carlton Davis is probably the only cornerback that I'm okay with keeping. Otherwise, we all know the secondary needs it's obvious I think everybody knows the secondary needs work this offseason. So for me, the 2 big hopes and dreams this offseason is to address the O-line and address the secondary. I think if the Bucs do those 2 things, then fall everything else underneath, bringing in somebody to push Gay to, I don't know if he got complacent, but that was inexcusable yesterday, missing those 3 field goals. I can understand.
He's not going to be our kicker next year.
I mean, he was a rookie. They drafted him. So again, this goes back to Jason Light and his drafting and choices in the offseason. So I think he does come back. I mean, Yeah, I think he comes back.
But he only had 2 bad games. He only had 2 bad games as a rookie, so I give it to him. I give it to him. And plus, he held it down, for the majority of the year. Cause he wasn't looking so good at the beginning.
He picked the wrong game at home too. It's just, can't have that. But so I think with that, O-line help, secondary. That is my big thing. I hope the Bucs can address this offseason. O-line, secondary. I do think Jameis comes back. If he doesn't come back, will I be still a Bucs fan? Yep, because I don't.
You'll be a Bucs fan if I was quarterback.
I don't think Jameis is the answer, but
yes,
I do think he comes back because the Bucs don't have another choice. I think he comes back with a franchise tag. He definitely getting that $30 million that he wanted now, and that's the problem. And I know he's probably like mother effing. I blew it. Because if he would have took the Bucs to the promised land yesterday and came back and won an OT, Jameis probably would have got his $30 million. But now throwing that pick six, and now the Bucs got to look at, well, Jameis, how did pick six throw any interceptions? He ain't getting that 30. So I think you bring in a quarterback with a proven name in the offseason. Jameis does start going on these double-digit INTs with 4 or 5 a game like he did this season. You bench him and you just ride it out. That's it, dog. That is my hopes. Now, I am going on a limb, and we are just only day one in the offseason for the Bucs, but I do think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers make the playoffs next year. I think they have enough going for them to where our 10-plus years of being the laughing stock of the NFL ends next season.
And we're going to the Super Bowl next year. But I'm gonna say this realistically. If we don't go to the Super Bowl, we going to at least get to the wild card and at least get to the damn division. At least if we don't lose the wild card, the furthest I can see us realistically going is just the division. It ain't going past the division. I feel like but I tell you though, the Bucs are really a threat, and niggas know it. People know this. Like, people know that the Bucs are really a threat. They are an offensive threat. They're a defensive threat on certain occasions. Certain circumstances. And I really feel like that we have enough dogs on our team to get to the promised land. And I really do feel that way. I really do feel like that the Bucs have enough dogs on that squad to get to the promised land, especially on the defensive side. We got White, we got Barrett, we got Levante David, man. We got Sue. Come on, man. We got enough dogs. We got Mike Evans. We got Godwin. Man, we got dogs on our team that really want to get there. And I believe one of those secondaries that's not really big as far as notoriety. I feel like one of those new secondaries that kind of been, I feel like one of those guys are dogs too. I just can't point out yet. I have to sit back and watch a little bit more. But I got a feeling that at least one of our secondaries that's there right now, he can be around for a while. We just need to solidify what Jameis is doing, minimize the turnovers and all the mistakes, because mistakes was really the prime key of our whole career, of our whole year. Really, mistakes. Now everybody make mistakes, and that's the reason why they go down and they have losing seasons. Of course, mistakes cause that. But I feel like the Bucs' mistakes were so loose that it can be corrected for real. Like if we spend if we're still the same team next year, but the only thing we work on is just the mistakes, I take it. I would take that 1,000,000%. All we got to do is be the same team we were last year and just minimize the mistakes. I'll take that. That's like a division run.
The problem is that the Bucs season again is going to hinge on Jameis Winston and his turnovers, and it's like through 5 years we've shown you can't trust that, and so that's why I say I say the Bucs make the playoffs because I think
we got it, bro. We have it,
and I think, and this is very early. So if y'all watching this is very early. I'm saying this on day one of the offseason.
We're gonna be 10-6 next year, 11-5.
Of course, things change. Like if Drew Brees retires, or if Matt Ryan leaves Atlanta, if or things will change in the division. Or if Cam Newton is no longer in Carolina, and then the Panthers go get a All-Pro quarterback, so you never know. I'm just saying now, as currently as what the NFC South is made up and the NFC South is, if Jameis cuts out these turnovers, the Bucs in the playoffs. I think everybody knows that. So I am assuming that Jameis cuts out the turnovers. I mean, that's on everybody's job. I'm working now. When I know I made a mistake, I correct it at my job, or I'm going to get fired. So I feel like Jameis knows he has to fix it or he's gone.
That's what I'm saying.
And I only say I know he thinks he has to fix it because he's going to be gone, because I think he comes back. I think fans should be very well optimistic next year for the Bucs. I just hope Jason Light doesn't put this offseason in a trash can and light it on fire like he's done previous off seasons. I hope, because I'm not a fan of him. I would be glad if the Bucs got another GM, because it just pisses me off how the Bucs have let talent fall from them, like how John Lynch, who's a Hall of Famer for the Tampa Buccaneers, how John Lynch goes to be a GM of the San Francisco 49ers, and the San Francisco 49ers is now the top team in the NFC. Like, it pisses me off how we let talent leave us. I think the Bucs have a lot to look forward to. Rookies are hungry. I think we need to secondary help. If Jameis does come back, I think he needs some fire under him, and that fire needs to be in the name of a backup who is proven and who has been there. And I just,
Hey, how you feel about getting, I mean, I know this is not going to happen, but how you feel about getting Carson Palmer out of retirement?
Carson Palmer?
Even though he would never come to Tampa Bay, but I mean, how you feel about it?
Nah, I really wish that the Bucs would chase after Teddy Bridgewater.
Man, bro. No, hey, you're not. Hey, I'm gonna be real with you, bro. I got a feeling that Teddy Bridgewater can come to Tampa Bay and make some things happen.
Because again, if Drew Brees stays in New Orleans, if Drew Brees like, no, I'm not done. My career.
And Teddy Bridgewater's only getting so older too. He's getting older. He never really had a real shot with his real. He never really had especially when he first came into the league and got his jaw broke by old boy. Like, Teddy Bridgewater never really had a whole team to himself.
So I mean, we'll see.
I'm rocking.
Kind of my last words. I mean, although I did pick the team to finish 7-9, I will say the season was disappointing. It was disappointing because when I said we were going to be 7-9, that was the beginning of the season with new coach changes, all this stuff. I knew the defense had gotten better, but seeing the Bucs play this year and how we lost on the backs of certain players, I ain't gonna name names, but seeing how we lost
Vernon Hargreaves.
The games that we should have won, like we should have won the New York game, we should have won the San Francisco game, we should have won the Tennessee game, should have won the Carolina game. That's at least 4 games. And yeah, yesterday we should have won. That's 5 games that if you take away the last season, the Bucs win the division or in the playoffs. So it's like, it's disappointing when you know the games we should have won and the outcome. So I would say this season as a Bucs fan was disappointing, and I think we have a lot to look forward on. So I look forward to this offseason and seeing what the draft brings, what the free agency brings, what players don't come back, what players do come back. Yeah, so I think next year is a make or break year for Bruce Arians. That's why I said Jameis Winston. If they don't bring him back, I understand. I understand as well, because I think Bruce Arians may be coaching his last year next year. And or maybe the third year, maybe last. I don't think Bruce Arians came back to Tampa with the expectation that he was going to be there forever. I think he came back thinking, I'm going to set this foundation. We're going to win. I'm going to pass it on to either Brian Leftwich or somebody else on the coaching staff. So next year, to me, is a make it or break it year for the Buccaneers franchise, to where it's a prove it year. And I think because everybody knows it's a prove it year, I just – there's a lot to be optimistic for, and I don't know. I guess I'm just tired of our team not being in the playoffs.
Man, the Bucs won the Super Bowl right before your very eyes when you was a teenager. There's a lot of people out here that ain't never lived to see that day, and I'm gonna keep telling you about that crap. Wait, I'm talking, sir. I'm gonna keep telling you about that crap because you're not thinking God enough. You know, for him giving you something that a lot of people ain't never lived to see. Never lived to see.
I'm gonna go back to the restaurant analogy. So if you pass your food inspection for your restaurant in 2002 and you've been failing it since then, you expect your restaurant to stay open?
No. What I'm saying is, this has nothing to do about the establishment at this point. I'm saying that you as a fan, you as a supporter, you're supposed to be there, period. You feel me? And you should be thankful, like, bro, there's 30 teams, 31 teams in the NFL, or 32, you know, or however, I don't know. But what I'm saying is this. What you're talking like a fan that's kind of, I wouldn't say spoiled, because you can't get spoiled off of one ring, off of one championship. But you're talking like we've never gotten that before. And you should have, hold on, let me get this out. You should have known as a Buck fan that when we got that one ring or that one championship, you should have known in the back of your mind, like, look, let me go ahead and prep myself up because I may not ever see this ever again. Let's be real, bro. You didn't at least think about that? That didn't cross your mind? Like,
of course, it takes minutes to win a Super. I mean, we're not the Patriots. We're not the Packers. We're not this storied franchise. But my thing is, you don't expect your team to not even be competitive. Like
we are competitive.
Oh, we ain't been to the playoffs. Plus years. That's not.
We gave the Rams their first playoff loss. We not playoff. We get the Rams their first real loss.
Making the playoffs, at least the wild card, and competing, and saying, okay, we competed. Let's move next year. But I don't know. I mean, we'll see. A lot for this offseason.
Well, Tampa Bay, I love you. This dude Brandon giving up on y'all, so he giving up on Tampa Bay. Not Tampa Bay. He giving up on Jameis Winston. And I'm gonna tell you, Jameis, if you listen to this man ain't got your back, bro. This ain't your guy right here. This guy here, he only loved you when you was at Florida State, and he loved you in your first season when you went to the Pro Bowl. And he made an excuse last week. If you would have heard the audio, I didn't even put that audio out. If you would have heard the excuse from last week, this man literally was going in on you last week, bro. He was going hard on you, bro. And I don't know what to say, Jameis. I know you are a Hall of Fame quarterback. I'm laughing because you laughing. That's why I'm laughing. I know Jameis is a Hall of Fame quarterback, but he's gifted. Well, he's gifted. All right. Let me ask you this. What other quarterback do you know will be just as clutch as Jameis, just as many times in the 2-minute warning or when it's time to put some points on the board after a mistake? Can you depend on Jameis to really fall through? Because, bro, let's be real. Can you depend on any other quarterback to fall through? Because let's be real. There are only a few quarterbacks in the league that can actually come back from a spanking, come back from a mistake, and still get it popping. This dude can make a mistake, still go back out there and put 14 points on the board.
I'm just hoping that this offseason the Bucs make the necessary changes. I mean, I'm optimistic. As much as you think, I'm not a Bucs fan. The Bucs are in my heart. I think we truly got a lot to look forward to. Got to make, and the combo for these next couple days, weeks is all going to be on Jameis, and rightfully so. So,
hey, I'm gonna tell you this. We're not going to the playoffs. You keep wearing them old ass jerseys. Them days over with, bro. Let Mike Allstott. Hey, and let me ask you this: don't you feel like Mike Allstott should be a Hall of Famer? Why is he not a Hall of Famer? Bro, he's the best fullback in all of sports, in all of football. He's the best fullback, period. Why hasn't Mike Allstott gotten recognized? I think we should talk about that next. To get this man some recognition. Why is Mike Allstott not a Hall of Famer? He should have been first ballot, straight up. Straight up. Why is he not? Because they gave it to too many Tampa Bay stars. That's hey, don't you think that's some